You know how Trump's been talking a lot about Greenland?
Greenland's going to be something that maybe is in our future.
Well, there's also a bigger story here about competing interests and growing competition in the Arctic. Here are 3 things you should know about what's going on. Quick side note, if right now you're thinking about the North Pole and polar bears, keep in mind that the Arctic is this whole region. It's mostly frozen ocean, plus parts of 8 countries and territories. Okay, so the first thing to know is that there's been a pretty major military buildup in the Arctic over the last few years. That's mainly due to the tension between NATO countries and Russia over its invasion of Ukraine. These are NATO's military bases, and those are Russia's. Russia's been reopening and upgrading military outposts from the days of the Soviet Union. But with Donald Trump back in the White House, things have become more complicated.
We're seeing an increased division not only between Russia and the other 7 Arctic states, the Western states, but we're also seeing a division between Europe or the European Arctic states and the US.
The next thing to know is how climate change is opening up new trade routes. Because the Arctic sea ice is melting, it means more ships can travel through the Arctic more easily, and it could become a shortcut between Asia, Europe, and North America. Last year, there was a 45% increase in cargo traffic through one route in particular. It was mostly a trade between China and Russia, but other countries are eyeing up the Arctic's potential too.
It does therefore make sense that countries like India, I'm thinking about Pakistan, Indonesia, you name it, would be interested to try to position themselves now for the future.
There's this other idea that countries might battle each other for untapped resources in the Arctic, like oil, gas, rare earth minerals, and even fish. In fact, some people think a big reason Trump's interested in Greenland is because it's super rich in minerals. But there are also experts who think that this race is a bit overblown, because most of the resources are already within the boundaries of Arctic countries. So it's more a case of each of those Arctic countries deciding how they want to play it.
What you can have is a scramble for ownership to exploit. For instance, a US company trying to get majority share in, a Greenlandic company, or China trying to get majority ownership over this or that mine.
If you want to know more about all this, check out our YouTube explainer. Search for Start Here, the Arctic.